guys, it's Tina from the Scrappin Rabbit blog, and I am making a pocket letter today, and so I thought that I would do a video on it. This is for a new release at the Craftin Desert Divas stamps, and I just love this new set. Here are some of the images that I colored up. It is called Thankful Squeaks. And so I thought it would be perfect to do a fall themed pocket letter with, and I'm actually participating in a swap this weekend, and so I'm excited. I'm going to make this one, and it's going to be part of a white elephant game, and I've never done anything like this before, so I'm excited to meet some crafty people who live nearby, because I usually just craft by myself, all alone in my craft room, and then I have all of my online friends that I love and cherish so much. But anyways, back to my pocket letter. I got started and I did color up some of these images, so I just wanted to show them to you. This one here is a little pilgrim mouse, and I did emboss all of these images before I colored them, and I think that they came out super, super sweet. And here's this little one with the feathers. Isn't he cute? Oh my goodness, I just love that one. I think that one's my favorite. And then this one, he's popping out of a pilgrim hat. How fun is that one? And cornucopia. So I've been busy coloring up all these images, and I did get one of my pockets done, and it's a little shaker. And so all I did with this was I cut out this leaf, and I added the autumn sequins from the Craftin Desert Divas shop, and of course I used some pretty fall paper and this little orange ribbon. But the thing that I'm most excited about when it comes to pocket letters I wanted to show you guys is that Craftin Desert Divas is coming out this week with 2 new die sets, and they are perfect for doing pocket letters. But let me show you this one. This one is in a set, and it is the perfect pocket size. So this will fit exactly in your pocket letters. And so let me show you. Here's a sleeve. And this one I cut out with the die, and I'm going to stick it in the pocket. How awesome is that? And it's got the awesome stitching that is custom to Craftin Desert Divas. It's got the dashes and the little dots. But isn't that wonderful? And it's the only die that is this perfect size with the stitching. And so this is coming out this week, you guys. I'm so excited about it. And so I have been busy cutting out all kinds of papers for my pocket letters, and I'm not really sure which ones I'm going to use, but I grabbed a bunch of fall papers, and I've been busy just die cutting with this die all these rectangles for my pockets. Aren't these pretty papers? Okay, so I think I want to stamp one more image on one of my pockets. And so I'm going to use these 2 sets here. This one is Talk Turkey to Me, and this one is called Let's Get Stuffed. And I'm going to use this little turkey image, and I thought the sign would be perfect. So I'm going to put the sign in front of the turkey, and then I think I'm going to stamp Gobble Till You Wobble. I'm not exactly sure yet, but I think that's the one. And so in order to do that, when you combine stamps, you need to do some masking. And so I just wanted to just go over that with you guys really quick in case this is new to you. So what I did was I went ahead and I stamped that sign, and I did it on a little bit of a post-it note because this is going to be my most forward image. So I'm going to want to stamp that first. So whatever's going to be in the front is going to be what you stamp first. So first things first is going to be this sign, and so I'm trying to decide if I want to do embossing or not. I figure since I did embossing on all of these, I might do it. So let me give that a try and see if that works. Okay, now that I have my embossed image, I'm going to want to take my Post-it and I'm going to want to cover it up to protect it so that when I go to stamp again, it's not going to be on top of the sign. It'll be around the sign. And since I want to use this turkey, I just need to kind of get an idea. I want his little head. popping up over the sign, and all of it's going to fit in my pocket. The wings are going to get cut off, I think. But just to kind of give you an idea, it's going to look, he's going to be popping over like that. And so I'm going to want him about right there because I do want to get his face. I'm expecting for his body to get cut off, but it'll be his wings and his face that'll be there. So let me go ahead and ink this up. Right about there. I'm going to make sure I don't move the stamp block while I push down, just to make sure I get a nice even stamp. There. And then I can remove the sign piece, and then you'll see that it's stamped around pretty nicely. So now I'm going to go ahead and emboss my turkey. Okay, so there is the sign in front of my turkey, and he's all stamped and embossed, and he's ready to be colored. But I think I do want to go ahead and stamp the sentiment and emboss that as well. So now I just got to figure out which sentiment I'm going to use, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp that right on top and then emboss it. And then I will be cutting out this part of it. So this is what will be on my card. Okay? Okay, so I colored up my little turkey that I masked off with this little sign, and then I went ahead and I chose the gobble gobble sentiment, and I embossed that as well, and I think it turned out so cute. I don't know if you guys can see the sparkle, but I added some Wink of Stella all over the feathers, and then I went and I fussy cut him all out, and so I chose this background to put him on. And then what I did was, you can see the little white outside from where I fussy cut, and I just took a little orange marker and I colored around it so that he would blend into the background nicely. And then I went on my Cricut, and then I found this frame because I figured since I'm going to be snipping his wings, he'll look cute in a frame, and then you won't notice that his wings are snipped so much. And this one is from the art booking. This is from the art booking cartridge, and it has this really cute little leaf cut out, and so I went and snipped a bit of this sparkly gold paper, and I'm just going to glue that behind there, and then I can put him on here, put the frame on, and then I'll have to trim the little wings, and then I'll have another pocket done. So I'm going to try to make this video not forever long, but it's so much goes into one of these pocket letters, and so I did want to go over each pocket as I make them. So I hope that you are enjoying pocket letters enough to watch this video and to see all the different things that I put into it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this together, and then I'll have 2 pockets done. Okay, so it's time to do our next pocket, and I'm going to work on this one where I stamped this adorable little mouse, and he's pretty much done because I colored him in and he's looking pretty darn cute, but I did want to add a sentiment, and so what I did was I stamped this Happy Harvest from this Hey Pumpkin set, and I just curved the stamp so that it would fit on this banner, and this is from my Cricut. And this is from the Formal Occasions cartridge. And instead of trying to find 3 different color cardstocks that coordinated, I just went ahead and I just cut it out in white so that I could just color it with my markers to get the look that I wanted. And so I found a couple markers that have this orangey, brownish, tannish look. And so then the top piece, I'm going to use this distress ink, this tea-dye distress ink, and just ink the outside of that just to give it a little bit of that aged look, and it matches pretty nicely with the markers for those nice fall colors, and then that'll help make this sentiment stand out, as well as just the banner will pop a little bit with having a little bit of dimension. So I'm just going to ink this up and adhere it together, and then I can pop it up right over there on top of my little card. Okay, so there we go. We have another pocket done. Okay, on to our next pocket. So I colored up this cornucopia, and I really loved this blingy, glittery little mat, and so I was trying to figure out how to make this work together. And I think that if I put it together like this, that might work. And then I have this little tag that I cut out from the new dies, and I thought maybe I can use this twine that has this gold strip in it to wrap it around and then stamp a sentiment on there. So I'm just trying to figure out how all this is going to work, and I think that a great sentiment will be this gives thanks stamp. And it's long ways, and so if I stamp the give there and then the thanks there, that'll work. So that'll require me taping off. So I will go ahead and do that. And so for those of you who've never done that before, you can either cut your stamp right there and then have two stamps, and then you can arrange them however you want, or you can leave them together, and then all you would do is grab some Scotch tape and I can tape off this thanks. Like that, and then ink up the give, line it up, pull my tape off because the tape is going to be covered in ink, just the tip of it. You don't want to ink up the whole thing. Ink that, remove the tape, stamp, and then you'll move the tape over to cover the give, ink that, remove the tape, and then stamp, and then you can stamp it in any arrangement that you like. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to stamp on here and see if I can figure out how this is all going to come together. I'm not sure that I love this paper, but let me see what I can put together, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so another one done. The tag ended up working out. I just inked it up to make it a little bit darker around the edges, and I popped up the cornucopia. I added this white and gold twine, and I wrapped it around 3 times, and then I tied a little bow with the tag, and I think that it came out cute. So we have one more pocket done. All right, now let me figure out which one we'll do next. Okay, the next 2 pockets that I'm going to work on are the ones with the little Indian mouse and the little pilgrim mouse. And so this one, I've already used a die cut for one of the new die sets to cut him out, and then I cut out this little oval, which is also Craftin Desert Divas die, and I picked out these papers, and they're pretty busy, so I don't know that I'm going to add a lot to it, but I decided that I wanted this stamp, and so I went ahead and I stamped it, and I already embossed it. Well, I put the powder on there, and then I realized that I forgot to tell you guys what I was doing. So I went ahead and flipped on the camera, and now I'm going to just heat emboss this, and I'm thinking that this is going to look cute here, and then I got to figure out what to do with that guy. So let me go ahead and heat emboss this. Okay, so I've got this one all adhered, so this one's all ready to go. I popped it up, glued it all together, and so this one's good to go. And this one here, what I did was I picked this pretty paper, and again, it's got a lot of patterns on it, but I added the burlap, and then I tied some brown and white twine, and then now I'm going to pop him up right there. And then I found the sentiment. Let's get stuff. That one is from this set as well. and it is, I stamped it on this die, and this has a little stitching in there, and you can bend it around to staple it on the end of your project or whatever you want to do. And I'm going to add it, I think, right there. Isn't that cute? Could just do the whole thing and maybe staple it. I'm going to mess around with it and see what I end up doing, okay? Okay, I got this one all done, and I decided to use a little brad, and then I inked up around the edges, and I've got it all adhered, and I think it turned out really cute. So let me go ahead and stick them in the pocket page and see how many more we have left to do. Okay, so I finally figured out what I was going to do for the last pockets. So let me show you what I did. I went to my Cricut and I cut out this little card, and it opens up like that, and it's got the leaves. And then I went ahead and I stamped "For You," and this is where I'm going to put my letter. So I'm going to tuck it in here, and I just thought that that was perfect for a fall themed pocket letter. And then that just tucks in there, and so then there is one more of my pockets. I decided that I would do a tag, so I cut out this acorn tag, so I still have to put all this together. And I cut out a little tree, and it's all in layers, and so I'm going to have to glue all this together and stick him on there, maybe a little sentiment, I'm not sure yet. And then these are done, but I went ahead and I made I did a little tag, and I'm so happy with how this turned out. So I cut the little pumpkin out. This is from, I think, either Create a Critter cartridge or Create a Critter 2, and then I welded it to make it into a little tag. And so I stamped this sentiment inside, "Happy Fall, y'all." And then I added some of this, I don't even know what it is, but it's like a green cord, and I think I picked it up at Christmas time. And so I tied it around the little stem there, and I twisted it to give it a little, to those little curly things that come with the pumpkins. And yes, I do this with my ribbon. I know it's silly, but I saw it on Pinterest. So I make these little kitties, and I put my ribbons and twine on these. So this is going to, I just have to poke a little hole in it, and then it's going to attach to the top of my pocket letter at this little hole here. So I've got my little tag done. So I'm getting there. It's getting really close. Just a couple more things to put together, and then I'll have the whole front side done. Okay, so let me figure out what I'm going to do with these two. Okay, so I am back with a finished pocket letter. So here's that little card tag that I made, and I have it hanging there. We've got these 3 pockets. I ended up doing a pilgrim hat for this one, and I sprinkled it with some sequins, and there's a sentiment, "Seasons of Thankfulness." And there's my little tree that I made with the Cricut, and you guys have seen these already. So it is complete, and it's ready to go, and I will be participating in my very first swap this weekend. I'm going to be meeting with a bunch of ladies for the first time, and we're going to do a white elephant pocket letter swap. So I hope whoever ends up with this enjoys it as much as I enjoyed making it. And be sure to check out the Craftin Desert Divas shop for the die that cuts these out perfectly. It really made my pocket letter go faster than normal. I'm really slow with these guys. I just can't even imagine having to make a ton of these. I think that I'm up to making one a month, and then maybe I will find people who will want to swap with me. Maybe in this group of ladies that I'll be meeting up with this weekend. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for following my YouTube channel and for liking my videos. I really appreciate all the sweet comments that you guys leave. I hope you have a wonderful week, and happy crafting. Bye.